Tabish, Khair, and I'm recording this for the Bengaluru Poetry Festival. What I intend to do is read out a poem, a sonnet, from a series that I wrote during the lockdown in Denmark. And I am reading this from my study in my home, in Aarhus, outside Aarhus, actually a village outside Aarhus in Denmark. Early on during the lockdown, a friend of mine asked me to write a paper on Shakespeare sonnets. And while working on the paper, I started rewriting some of the sonnets in the context of what was happening around me. I rewrote 21 of them, and they were published as an ebook, which you can download from Amazon. They were published as an ebook called Quarantine Sonnets, Sex, Money, and Shakespeare, published by Kitab in Singapore, and the profits as well as my royalties are to be donated to a migrant labor charity based in Singapore. The idea was to take up Shakespeare sonnets and using certain resonances, certain kinds of play that were already there in the sonnets, rewrite them in the present context. As is the case with the original sonnets, which contain a number of different, though sometimes interlinked, voices, my sonnets too contain a number of different voices, actually sometimes completely different voices. A nurse is speaking, a politician is speaking, a role is straight, a speculator is speaking, and so on and so forth. All of them end up commenting on what's been happening around us. Now the sonnet I'll read out to you is the last sonnet in the series, sonnet number 21 in my series. It's based on sonnet 66 in Shakespeare's collection. Shakespeare's collection, the sonnet starts with the line, "Tired with all these, for restful death I cry." Now I'll read out my version. Tired of people, for proper life we prayed, and then suddenly it happened, a quiet fell upon earth. We saw pollution fade, and hardly any human was in sight. At first we hesitated, and then the trees filled with birds, the public squares with bird songs. We occupied the parks. In Japanese cities, the cicadea promenaded in throngs, and prides of lions settled on canyon roads, and fields on docks and vales swam close to shore, and towns belonged to hares and bears and goats. But now, this too has passed into our lore, as chimneys spew poison as in the past. I tell my pups, it was too good to last. Thank you.